We can't solve this.
Yeah, we can.
You think that you can manage the consequences? You can't.
Dark Matter Season 2 trailer has officially dropped, and I first found out about it because it was unlisted behind an Apple TV YouTube short. Not sure why Apple was leaving it as unlisted for so long, but nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and go over the show, the trailer, and what I hope to see coming in Season 2. Dark Matter is an amazing show that starts off as a kidnapping mystery where a man named Jason is drugged and wakes up, but things aren't quite as he remembers them. Now I'm gonna stop the description right there. If you haven't watched the show, I highly recommend checking it out because there's big reveals in almost every single episode. That being said, if you're okay with spoilers or have already seen the show, then you know this series has essentially unlimited narrative potential. Still, with all the plot twists and crazy shit Season 1 brought, I can only assume Season 2 will be even crazier. I mean, this is just a glimpse of what made Season 1 such an enjoyable watch.
Schrodinger was his name. And he had a thing for understanding the universe.
Are you happy in your life? Or have you ever wondered what else you could have been?
Crazy theory. What if he created a larger version of my box that could put not just a particle, but an actual human being in superposition? A box that would allow a person to travel across the multiple realities of quantum physics.
We know that the doors in the corridor are a connection to infinite parallel universes that seem random, totally unconnected and uncontrollable. What if our minds are defining those connections? They're not random.
And what if he used that box
To travel to my world.
maybe we're in some kind of liminal space?
Liminal as in not real?
No, it's real. It's very real. I think it's a manifestation of the mind as it attempts to visually explain something our brains haven't fully evolved to comprehend. It's a multiverse. And anything that can happen will happen. I mean, down that corridor somewhere, there is a version of you and me that never made it in the box when you helped me escape.
What if the worlds are a reflection of our emotional state the moment we open the door? Wait.
Well, the multiverse is infinite. I'm guessing there is no end.
See, we follow different characters from different dimensions. The only thing linking them all together is this box. See, essentially Jason, this quantum physicist genius who is a fan of Schrodinger's work involving the cat in the box and all that, tried to find a way to create a version of that box that would allow a singular particle to live in superposition, essentially meaning they exist in multiple places at once. Sort of how with Schrodinger's work, the cat that's within the box is both alive and dead at the same time, existing upon two different planes. Now, how the box in the show works is it completely seals you away and cuts you off from all frequencies. And due to some other sci-fi mumbo jumbo and some drugs you have to take, your mind is able to materialize a long hallway with different doors that could lead to different dimensions. Now, the key thing to note is despite seeing the hallway, your physical body is still within the same room of the box. So even if you go into the box with another person, take the drugs, and the hallway appears, they could run a few doors down and open the door, yet you guys would both still be in the same position. We can see that as soon as the doors open, the box becomes a singular room again. The reason the box appears as long hallways with different doors is because it's the only way the human mind could comprehend how the box actually works or how you could exist within superposition. That and the effects of the drug you take while you're inside. To bullet point, you enter a box, you take a drug, then the room you're in becomes a hallway filled with unlimited doors to unlimited potential dimensions, basically allowing you to access the multiverse. But it's not just a completely random series of doors. See, the doors only lead you to different dimensions based on your thoughts and feelings at the time of opening the door. So if you're within the box and don't fully know how it works and feel like you're lost, it could trigger a memory you have maybe as a kid and being lost in a snowstorm. Then once you officially open a door, you'll open a door to a dimension that's been completely engulfed by a snowstorm. And this works with almost anything. We see as different versions of Jason utilize meditation to manifest happy thoughts and try to take control of exactly what door they want to go through, versus someone with zero knowledge of how the box works will likely be scared and open doors to more scary worlds. The more freaked out they get by said scary worlds, the worse the doors will get themselves. And even if, let's say, you were a chill person without much understanding of the box, but you didn't really get scared of much, you'll still eventually run into the problem of trying to figure out both food and water. And if you're starting to get thirsty and feeling dehydrated, odds are you'll open the door to a completely deserted world devoid of water, which we can see with the character of Layton.
Been a year and a half since the box came online. I've sank $1 billion into
Fuck
this
your
shit.
billions.
Fuck my billions. Oh, fuck my billions.
Who chased after Jason and Amanda with no knowledge of how the box works, finding himself essentially lost forever in an endless maze of horrible dimensions. Though I am hoping we actually get to see this version of Layton return, maybe as a complete psychopath, but that also leads me to another big aspect of the series, the multiple versions of its characters. Thankfully it doesn't get too confusing, but you do have to get used to seeing different versions of the same character within the show. But the characters are unique enough to come off completely differently while on screen. That being said, Layton isn't the only character I hope to see return, as within the trailer we could see other characters returning. Characters like Blair, a scientist who went into the box and got trapped inside of a man-eating insect world, too terrified to open the box again until Jason eventually helps her find some courage. I'm thinking the glimpses we see of her within the trailer is that same version. We also get to see William, I mean the man in black, Ryan. No, not that Ryan, this Ryan. Yes, this dude was genuinely a pretty cool character to watch, extremely smart, and unfortunately got left behind in a dimension that wasn't his own. Though, to be fair, he was left behind in a pretty awesome dimension. One that the character of Amanda later decides to stay in when the two characters meet up by the end of the season. This team of characters is likely going to look for a way back to their original dimension, or at least look for Jason, but it does leave you to wonder what some of these other character pair-ups are going to be attempting to accomplish. Maybe some will be looking for each other, maybe some will be looking for revenge, or maybe some will be looking for a better world like Jason and his family at the end of season 1. But I think it would be cool to have an organization that utilizes the doors and becomes a multiversal force to be reckoned with across different dimensions. Kind of like a version of the TVA from Marvel. I'm wondering if this strange group looking to understand the box, or at least find Jason, will eventually become this big multi-dimensional threat. Either way, the season looks absolutely insane. Some of my favorite aspects of the show are all the different doors to the crazy different dimensions they could find. So I'm hoping we get to see a lot more cool dimensions. We get some glimpses of a few within this very trailer, but it also seems like Jason's setting up a plan to try to blow up the box. He seems to be under the belief that if he destroys the box somehow, he'll stop the multiversal threat altogether, but I just can't possibly see it being that simple. So now I want to know, are you excited for Dark Season 2? Have you not checked out the show but are considering it now? And what do you think the next big step for the series will actually be? Either way, all I know is if I found a dimension as cool as what some of these characters did, I would never leave. Heck, I would be fine with a dimension out there where you just don't have to pay so many subscription fees.
Somebody help me, please. The holy war begins. The visions are clear now. I see possible futures.
You can see.
All at once. Our enemies are all around us, and in so many futures they prevail. But I do see a way. There is a narrow way through.
The battle for Arrakis took everyone by surprise. There were no witnesses. All died in the dark. In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets, but the darkest of them all may remain. By morning, the Atreides were no more.
Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings obliteration.
I am Paul Atreides.
Atreides, son of Leto Atreides, Duke of Arrakis.
Muad'Dib, the prophet, the one who points the way.
It's not a prophecy. It's a story that you keep telling, but it's not their story, it's yours. They deserve to be led by one of their own.
I see a holy war spreading across the universe like unquenchable fire. A warrior religion that waves the Atreides banner in my father's name.
Penitentiary made me afraid!
We gave him something to do.
That's not how!
Consider what you're about to do, Paul Atreides.
Silence! I'm pointing the way! I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis! Huna'i! A war in my name!
Fanatical legions worshipping at the shrine of my father's skull!
Who's now fixing?
Everyone's shouting my name!
He was a man who believed in the rules of the heart. But the heart is not meant to rule.
My road leads into the desert. I can see it.